It's 94.7 FM Blair Radio, our nonprofit news brought to us by RVR Bank. And again today, we get to bring in Three Rivers Public Health, get to talk about, it's a new year, new health, a lot of things going on. In fact, talking about the Blair Clinic, which is new as well.
Yes.
And so how have things been going? I know you moved in there late last fall.
Mm-hmm. Yes, maybe even, yes, I think so.
And then... expanding services.
Yes. So we've been open for a while with our health educators, but now our clinic services are up and running. And so we staff it with a nurse Monday through Thursday, 8:30 to 4.
Okay.
And provide a number of services at this point, and then we'll hope to expand in the future. But right now we can offer COVID and flu vaccinations on a walk-in basis.
Okay, so it is on a walk-in basis now.
For flu and COVID, yes.
Yeah.
For additional vaccines, other vaccines, you would need to make an appointment ahead of time, but we offer, vaccines for both insured and uninsured individuals. We can also offer radon test kits. As it gets warmer into the summer months, the mosquito dunks, Narcan, and then the last thing that I was going to talk more about today are well water test kits.
So well water is kind of along those lines of radon. It's there's just the way the structure of our land is with the bedrock and everything like that. So it has the water reservoirs where they are. So it's interesting. You can't rely on your neighbor's well water being good, saying it's your water, because I actually have well water, and my neighbor who's a mile away, two completely different veins of water that we're coming from. So,
so interesting.
So it's kind of strange, but so everybody should have it tested.
Yes, if you have a private well, they recommend that you test it, and we offer free test kits, and so it's going to test for bacteria and nitrates. The test itself is free. We want you to use it within 90 days of picking it up. And there's a number of locations you can grab that from our location at the health department here, but also at Washington County Extension Office and City Hall here in Blair. You do need to pay for expedited shipping once you take the sample and to send it into the lab for analysis. But yeah, free test. Once results are back, the health department will contact you and discuss the results and any recommendations from there.
Right. So the results are actually sent to Three Rivers Public Health. So that way, it's not like somebody gets all the results and it's like, okay, now what does this mean?
Right. Yep. So if there are high, nitrate levels or bacteria, our environmental health specialists will reach out to you. And give you some more information on what that means for you. Last year was the first full year of our program where we were providing this kit, and about 50% of the kits that came back did have elevated levels of either nitrate or bacteria. So,
and then how often should that be, tested?
That's a good question. I don't know that off the top of my head.
It's like, once good, always good.
Yeah,
but not necessarily.
Not necessarily. There could be changes in, the nitrate levels in bacteria based on, I know that if there's flooding or there could be a broken wellhead, you can have increases in the bacteria. So yeah.
Right. If you have any work done on your well or a neighbor's well that could be in the same vein, it certainly is something.
Not a bad idea to test it.
Because if they have to pull that wellhead out completely and replace it,
could be damaged.
There could be other issues there. So again,
for sure.
But and then when you get the well water test kit, send it in.
Yep.
How long does it take usually for the results? Do you know?
No, I don't know. I don't know, but they say you need to. Once you take the sample, you need to either ship it 2-day shipping, or you could bring it down to the lab in Lincoln within 48 hours.
It's a limited time.
Yeah, it is a limited time. So just make sure you're on top of that.
Okay, so again, those test kits as well as radon test kits are all available.
Yep, radon test kits as well. Radon is something that they recommend testing for every couple years because those levels can fluctuate as well.
And I picked one of those up as well, and it was interesting. I was always thinking, you want to put it on the lowest level no matter what. No, it's like, no, if it's the lowest inhabited level.
Right. So if you
So
have a
it's-
basement that you just use
It's
for
like
storage and you're not hanging out down there,
Yeah.
that probably wouldn't be necessary. But if you have a basement that's kind of your rec room or you spend some time down there, then yes, that would make sense.
So because radon is a heavy gas, it goes to the lowest level, but it gets circulated through the system with like a central heating system.
Right. Yep.
So
Yep.
that's-
And winter's a good time to test for radon, being that we normally have our windows. We're all like closed
all
up in
closed
our
up.
house, and yes.
And that's actually part of the instructions. I was like looking at that. It's like, okay, house has to be closed for 12 hours and then just very normal use, but
Right.
for however long you're testing. But
Yes.
again, all the instructions and everything like that. And then you guys are experts on being able to help interpret
Yes.
what to
Yep.
do beyond
From
that.
there. Yep. Same sort of thing with the radon. So
Okay.
we'll be in contact.
So that is all. Again, you can find those kits at your office here in Blair.
Yep. Vinton Corner.
And then, like the well water is, you can find at the extension or the
Yep.
courthouse or things like that.
Yes.
And then, really, again, want to go back to the Blair location. You guys have moved into that. You have the
Yes.
clinic again. The dates, if people want to walk in for COVID or
Yep.
flu shots.
Monday through Thursday, 8:30 to 4. It'll be staffed by a clinic nurse those days.
Okay, and then are you expanding? Is there other areas you're?
I think
looking to
eventually we hope
expand
to expand to some reproductive health services, but
Okay.
at this point it's pretty limited
right, and
to
so
what we.
So the easiest way to get into that your location is the lower level of Vinton Corner.
Yes, lower level of Vinton Corner. The door is unlocked during those times.
So go in by the mural of the car.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Vinton, the Vinton Auto
Yes.
car there.
Correct.
So again, thank you guys for doing that and expanding right into our area.
Yeah.
And again, it's all for everybody in Dodge, Washington,
Yes.
and Saunders County. You can stop at any of those locations
course.
as long as you have one of those addresses.
Yes, and there are situations where we can serve individuals outside of those counties. For example, our reproductive health care. But to receive a free radon test kit or a free well water test kit, you need to live within those 3 counties that are within our jurisdiction.
Because you have to be able to do the follow-up on it.
Yes.
So,
Yep.
and that's within your area. Again, Three Rivers Public Health is always looking to be able to find ways to take the health concerns that are coming and translate them back here. So in a way that, again, our friends, our family, our neighbors are a part of it. So
Yeah.
thank you very much for everything you guys are doing.
All right, thanks for having me.
We will continue on having these updates. If you have any questions, you can certainly find more details by going to threeriverspublichealth.org.
Correct.
Or follow along on Facebook. You guys are very active on
Yes.
Facebook, Instagram, all the social media is very active.
Yes, you can find us there as well.
All right. Well, thank you very much. You guys have a great day. Enjoy a nicer week ahead of us. And then we look forward to seeing you again next time.
Thanks for having me.